In today's show, XRP price falls another 30% in the past 24 hours as exchanges begin delisting. That's right, several exchanges have already halted XRP trading after the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple was revealed. I'll be breaking down all the details here in today's show. Also in today's episode, Kraken's executive and head of business Dan Held, who bought Bitcoin back when it was only $10, says crypto supercycle is possible. In this new interview with Altcoin Daily, he goes on to share, in 2021, we could hit $1 million. It could maybe hit it. There's a crazy chance it could hit 1 million if the whole world starts to believe in Bitcoin. We could maybe hit that. I think there could be a Bitcoin super cycle to 1 million if the whole world starts to recognize Bitcoin's value. If not that, I think a normal cycle would be between $100,000 and $250,000. So either way, I think we're going to the moon. I'll be giving you all the juicy highlights from this exclusive interview right here in today's show. Also in today's episode, breaking news, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust purchases another $300 million in Bitcoin. Talk about massive institutional demand. To put this all into perspective, the red box represents how much Bitcoin Grayscale alone purchased yesterday compared to how much Bitcoin was actually mined. Talk about massive scarcity with BTC. In today's show, we'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin right back on the climb at 23,700. You have Ethereum and some of the altcoins in the green, some of them in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into this story of XRP price falling a whopping 30% in the past 24 hours as exchanges begin the delisting process. That's right, XRP price fell over 41% on Binance over the past 3 days as news of the lawsuit by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission against Ripple became apparent, as I covered in great detail in yesterday's episode. And as a result, several small exchanges have already halted XRP trading. So far, the three small exchanges are OSL, Beaksea, and Cross Tower. They've temporarily stopped trading or removed XRP. And as you can see from this daily XRP price chart, things aren't looking so good for XRP at the moment, and more exchanges may delist XRP. This may cause a domino effect. According to prominent lawyers in the crypto industry, exchanges that listed XRP are at the risk of the token being deemed a security. We have Haley Lennon, a partner at Anderson Kill, who shared the following. You know who is at risk if XRP is considered a security? Every exchange that lists XRP. The SEC alleges Ripple are paying money to exchanges to permit the buying and selling of XRP on their platforms. The official lawsuit filed by the SEC said that Ripple entered into agreements with at least 10 digital asset trading platforms. The lawsuit reads, in 2017 and 2018, Ripple also entered into agreements with at least 10 digital asset trading platforms, none of which were registered with the SEC in any capacity, and at least 2 of which have principal places of business in the United States, providing for listing and trading incentives with respect to XRP. Ripple paid these platforms a fee, typically in XRP, to permit the buying and selling of XRP on their systems, and sometimes incentives for achieving volume metrics. Now, if XRP is officially deemed a security, Lennon noted that the 10 exchanges cited by the lawsuit are likely to see the biggest risk, as she shared right here. You know who is at risk if XRP is considered a security? Every exchange that lists XRP. And my guess is they would start with these 10, which are outlined right here, as these exchanges were paid XRP to list this coin in the first place. But I believe this was common practice back then. I don't know if this still goes on, but I know exchanges make buku bucks by listing a coin. So I don't know how out of the ordinary it is, but apparently they're being attacked for doing it. And Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said he would aggressively fight and prove our case with co-founder Chris Larsen. Garlinghouse emphasized that he has the option to individually settle with the SEC. It may just be a slap on the wrist, nobody really knows, but has decided not to take that route. Hence, the final court decision in the US is needed to officially conclude whether XRP is or not a security. Now, some exchanges will likely halt trading in the foreseeable future until the formal court decision gets released. OSL, an over-the-counter and crypto exchange in Asia, shared the following. In light of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's enforcement action against Ripple Labs and two of its executives, we have suspended all XRP payment in the trading services on the OSL platform effective immediately and until further notice. That's right, the XRP price is currently at risk, and from a technical standpoint, traders say that XRP is in a do or die situation where it would have to bounce strongly at the current level at around 35 cents or face more downside, which is precisely where it's currently trading. Just above 35 cents at this moment, is trading at 37 cents and down 24.1% in the past 24 hours. Now, below 35 cents, the chances of a bigger drop to the early 2020 levels increase, though a relief rally should also not be ruled out. Now, Teddy Kleps points out Ripple is in a bounce or die kind of situation, flirting with the support of the cloud, as you can see right here on your screen. Now we have Alex Saunders, a crypto trader, said XRP remains risky for traders until the regulatory conflict with the SEC is resolved. He shared the following on crypto Twitter: with a plethora of coins offering enormous upside, it's ludicrous to emotionally attach yourself to XRP now that they're being sued by the SEC. Exchanges will be delisting and financial services industries don't care to touch it until resolved. Good investors admit things change and move on. So there you have it. And we also have Joshua Frank, who wrote, following Ripple's announcement yesterday of an incoming SEC lawsuit, XRP tweet volume hit its highest level since January 5th of 2018, and sentiment on XRP was the second lowest according to the tie.io, which it has ever recorded. Among the most used words in XRP tweets are securities, lawsuit, and sell. Go figure. The uncertainty around XRP has also been reflected by a spike in social media activity surrounding the cryptocurrency. At the same time, the sentiment around XRP has dropped to its second lowest recorded level in history, according to the data from the TIE. So there you have it. Let me know if you're bullish or bearish on XRP. This is definitely not good news for XRP holders. And I also don't think it's such great news for the industry, as if XRP is considered a security, then what's likely to happen to other cryptocurrencies? I definitely don't think this is cool. I don't like when the SEC gets involved like this, but it is what it is. Now for our next story of the day, Kraken executive Dan Held, who bought Bitcoin at $10. Could you imagine buying Bitcoin at $10? Holy moly, says crypto supercycle is possible, and he discusses his Bitcoin price prediction. And before I break this down, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin currently trading above 23,700. Just yesterday, we touched 24,000 once again, which is virtually the all-time high. Then we dropped down to 22,800, and this morning we started pumping once again. So the cool thing about Bitcoin is when we're experiencing these dips, it's recovering super fast, which is ultimately a very bullish sign. I wouldn't be surprised if we break the $24,000 all-time high today. We're only like a couple of $100 away, so anything is possible. We have Ethereum barely in the green, trading at $617. Chainlink down 3%, trading at $12.11. Miss Litecoin up 1%, trading at $111. And then all the other major altcoins are currently in the red, with XRP trailing with the biggest losses, currently down 26%, trading at 36 cents. Now let's break down our next story of the day. A crypto veteran who bought his first batch of Bitcoin at $10 a piece is offering his take on Bitcoin's trajectory over the next year or two. Kraken's head of business, Dan Held, tells Altcoin Daily in this recent interview that he believes that the state of the global economy is creating the perfect storm for BTC. I couldn't agree more. He goes on to share the macro at the very high level. What does the economy look like? It's pretty bad. COVID is not a good thing for the economy. Tons of businesses got shut down. Governments engaged in massive money printing operations. Yup. And there's a lack of faith in the government. Yup. You ain't telling no lies. So pretty much a perfect storm for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was built and planted during the 2008 financial crisis to solve the problem of trust and storing value with governments. That's a fact. It removed that from them and it gave it to the people, and you could trust in mathematics and game theory instead of having to trust a politician and their body movements and interpreting that into a monetary policy, which is precisely what they do. We watch an animal, we watch a human being do a random dance on TV, and then we interpret that as on they're dovish or hawkish on the economy, and that's the economy's plan for 400 million people, which is absurd. Touche. Held said that the infrastructure built around Bitcoin, adoption from institutional investors, and support from companies like PayPal can fuel a Bitcoin supercycle in the months ahead. So get ready for a supercycle, which is virtually a parabolic rally. He goes on to share, at a macro level, we've never been in a worse spot in human history in terms of a macroeconomic environment. Never before. Even during world wars, I would say it's an equivalent sort of experience. When we look at that and we combine that with Bitcoin's purpose and where Bitcoin is, Bitcoin just came off a halving cycle. It is being recognized as the global store of value, a gold 2.0, is being recognized by institutions. It's becoming more liquid. More services are being built. A super robust trading infrastructure. You've got Kraken and all the other exchanges out there. You've got options now. Options and futures markets that are very developed and didn't really exist back in 2017 at all. And then you also have good custody solutions and good reconciliation solutions. Everything has been built out and ready to go for massive amount of money to come in. You've also got PayPal, and you can buy Bitcoin on PayPal. That's right. And a lot of people just like convenient services. So that taps into a huge amount of demand for Bitcoin. That's what we're talking about right here. Massive BTC demand with very limited supply. You've got the Bitcoin halving event where the issuance of newly minted Bitcoin dropped in half, combined with increased demand from institutions and retail traders, plus the macro backdrop of the world economy. You've got the potential for a Bitcoin supercycle. Bitcoin only went to these 20x to 40x cycles purely on retail speculative demand, but now there's actually demand to preserve value against governments, seizing that value from you or against other citizens, voting for the government to seize that value. Held says that Bitcoin is like an earthquake insurance, and everyone considers buying some once an earthquake strikes. He goes on to share, so Bitcoin's value proposition, it's really hard to talk about. Bitcoin is kind of like an insurance in a way. When there's no earthquake, you don't really think about earthquake insurance. Then an earthquake hits, and I bet you everything, the insurance company gets a billion phone calls coming in to get earthquake insurance. The same thing with Bitcoin. It's really hard to be like, hey, do you not trust your government in 2015? People are like, everything is fine. The economy is great. Why should I have to worry about it? But now they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what happens to the Bitcoin price in that? I don't think we're going to see what happened before the previous cycles. As for exactly where the Bitcoin price ends up, Held says he thinks Bitcoin will rally to as low as $100,000 and as high as $1 million per BTC. He goes on to share, history rhymes. It doesn't repeat itself. And so maybe we have a big bull run and almost no dip. Or maybe it's a big super bull run and then we have a traditional dip too. I just know that it'll be different, or maybe it's slower than we anticipate, and maybe this moves really fast now and then it slows down. All right, now for his prediction right here in very fine detail. In 2021, we could hit $1 million. It could maybe hit it. There's a crazy chance it could hit $1 million. If the whole world starts to believe in Bitcoin, we could maybe hit that. I think this could be a Bitcoin super cycle to $1 million if the whole world starts to recognize Bitcoin's value. If not that, I think a normal cycle would be between $100,000 and $250,000. So either way, I think we're all going to the moon. I couldn't agree more. My prediction for the end of next year by December, I believe on the low end is 100,000, and I believe on the high end is 320,000. But we could surpass all of that if the massive demand continues, as Bitcoin is the most scarce, hardest form of sound money in existence. To listen to this entire exclusive interview between Dan Held and Altcoin Daily, I'll include it in the show notes below the video in the description. All right, now before I break down our next story of the day, Grayscale purchases yet another $300 million worth of Bitcoin. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, which is now at a whopping $636 billion with $207 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and Bitcoin dominance still on the climb at 67.9%, just crushing the altcoins right now. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Monero up about 10%, trading at $166. We have Thorchain up 5%, trading at 96 cents. We have Nexo up almost 5%, trading at 62 cents. And Energy Web Token up 3%, trading at $6.41. Now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have XRP down 27%, trading at 35 cents. We have XLM, which was a fork from the XRP network, down about 10%, trading just below 15 cents. We have Near Protocol down about 8%, trading at $1.04, and QTUM down 8%, trading at $2.33. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins right now are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. Now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 93 in extreme greed, yesterday an 88, last week a 92, and last month a 90, all of which is within extreme greed. Now if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, before I break down the latest acquisition from Grayscale purchasing an additional $300 million of Bitcoin and I break down this massive institutional demand, first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 635 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. I also have some very helpful resources for you to tap into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. I also greatly appreciate your support. You can also follow me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. Also, you can join my private crypto Telegram chat, which is uncensored. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down the latest with Grayscale. They bought another 300 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. The company said bringing their total assets under management to now $16 billion. That's right. Some 12,300 Bitcoin was added to their holdings yesterday, bringing it to a total of 589,000 BTC. Hey guys, save some for us. No, you know how this really works? Those of you with the weak hand selling your Bitcoin right now, you're selling it to Grayscale, you're selling it to PayPal, you're selling it to MicroStrategy, and you're selling it to Square and the rest of the major institutions. So don't be that guy. The company further announced its largest ever quarterly inflows, over 1 billion in Q3 of 2020, making it the third consecutive record-breaking quarter. Back to back to back. Shout out to Barry Silbert and Grayscale. Some $2.5 billion have been invested this year in their stock traded products, with the company pausing new clients. You hear me? The company started pausing their new clients because they have too many, but their current ones seem to be buying more. And as you might know, Grayscale has somewhat of a complex process whereby their GBTC and ETHE shares can be freely bought and sold on the OTC over-the-counter markets. However, to mint such shares, one has to be an accredited investor, and then they must hold for 6 months in the case of Grayscale products. These 12,300 new Bitcoins are minted stock shares by these sophisticated investors who after 6 months can freely sell them on the market, meaning for at least 6 months, these coins are practically taken out of circulation, making these not just purchases, but hodler purchases. That's right. There's a huge difference between someone just purchasing Bitcoin and having to hodl for the next 6 months. So this is definitely a great indicator for the Bitcoin bulls. Institutional investors thinking of diversifying into Bitcoin or Ethereum are further choosing Grayscale as to not deal with custody and the rest, making this inflow of funds not just a buy pressure, but also taken out of supply for some months. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This red box represents how much Bitcoin Grayscale purchased just yesterday in comparison to how much Bitcoin was actually mined. Could you say massive institutional demand? Now for a quick recap of what I cover with you right here in today's show. XRP price falls about 30% in the past 24 hours as exchanges begin delisting XRP. Also, I shared with you that Kraken executive Dan Held, who bought Bitcoin back when it was only $10, says that crypto Supercycle is possible. As he shares in this exclusive interview with Altcoin Daily, in 2021, we could hit $1 million. It could maybe hit it. And he goes on to share that a normal cycle would be between $100,000 and $250,000 per Bitcoin. So either way, I think we're all going to the moon. That's right. So strap in your rocket ship and let's go BTC. Also in today's show, as I pointed out, Grayscale purchased yet another $300 million worth of Bitcoin. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Do you think we'll break out above that $24,000 all-time high, potentially reach $25,000 here this week? It's Christmas season. I just got all my Christmas shopping done yesterday. I'm pretty excited. The best Christmas present ever would be a new Bitcoin all-time high. If you're pretty excited as well, let me know. And where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.